Hi guys, we are here back at the fastest splitter on YouTube. Again, I just had 8 minutes, or 5 or 8, 6, 8, I don't know how many minutes of the video, and I noticed the nose on the camera went back in, so that means it shut off. I don't know what's wrong with that camera. It does that every now and then. I better check again to make sure it's recording. Maybe it wasn't recording. I don't know. You know guys, I'm a misfit. It's definitely recording. I see it counting down. I was talking about playing around with wood splitters and how fast this was. Guess you didn't hear anything I was talking about because I'm not there. Anyhow, now I lost my train of thought totally. It's hard. I have a train crash just about every time I get on the video. On Dan's live stream on Friday night, if you don't know Dan, he's a great guy. He's what has probably brought all the firewood people together in a big happy group, and it is a big happy group of nice people. But they're talking about Heath at Hard Working Man. If you've never seen him, go down, check him out. Him and Rachel, they think they're pretty fast, but nah. No, they did a thing. You know, I haven't watched it, but I saw them talk about it. It says like 6.5 seconds to do a third of a chord, but that was 2 of them. And back when this thing was built, this was back in the 70s, before the first gas crisis, and nobody knew about multi-split wedges and this and that and all the other thing. And you just built stuff. There was no internet to look something up and how to make something faster, better, bigger, and stronger and stuff like that. You just kind of you wung it. And so this was built from leftover parts. Don't have hardly any money in it to speak of. There's probably not 300 bucks in this wood splitter, even back then. But that was a lot more money back then, I guess, than now. You know, the lines cost, the motor cost me. It was a used motor for 100 bucks. The cylinder's a trash compactor. The steel. Anyhow, that don't make any difference. Anyhow, they were talking about splitting. There's a million splitters out there that will split more wood than mine, but probably are not as fast as mine. Okay, this thing, the cycle time at the speed I'm running right now, floats around 5 seconds. For an old man, that's good, and I only run the engine at half speed because it's just getting a little bit fast for me. Later on in years, you guys will know what I'm... And then the second thing is, I ain't no spring chicken no more like Heath. And so back in its day, this splitter, I timed it, split 2 chords in 1 hour, and that was split and stacked. It was put into I had a big dump truck back then that would hold 2 cords of wood. That's all it would hold. I mean, 2 cords of wood is a lot of wood. I mean, it's 2 4-foot, 4-foot, and the bed was like 8 foot and whatever, and the size and all that kind of stuff. But it was a big, it wasn't no little dump truck, it was a good sized dump truck, single axle. Anyhow, a gentleman named Chris is the one that helped me do that. And it was just, let's see how long it takes to split it. And it was all lined out, and it was like here, and I could throw most of it into the dump truck for him because there was no wood on this side, it was all on this side. Anyhow, that's what it took. Now, a lot of these splitters count their cycle time without hitting a piece of wood. If you see them, if they go in and out, they might go in and out at 3 seconds, but as soon as they hit a hard spot, they slow down. This one does not slow down. It's a single stage pump. This does not have a lot of pressure. I don't like 4-way wedges and all that kind of stuff, but if they do the wood splitter war thing or whatever they're talking about, see who's the fastest wood splitter, there's a lot of them out there that will split more than mine, but probably aren't as fast as this one. Where was I? The thing that makes this thing so fast is I'm in on the table and I'm out right there. No steps, 1 step. No step, 1 step. This is going to be a little bit of the way. And I'm doing extremely big wood. I know Heath, he had some... It must have taken him 2 days to pick out all those special logs to cut on that. Got you, didn't I, buddy? But I'm just splitting for fun. It's like 6:30, 7 o'clock. I don't know what time it is. I like to get this basket full. I don't have enough wood in here. When I load this wood this way, I'll show you. I like to have 2 rows on the top if you've seen it before, but I don't have any small stuff. That's why I like to cut big stuff and small stuff. This is small, and it's all oddball size. You can see different heights. You can see different heights here. This is some of the wood that came from my daughter's neighbor's house. And it's just, normally I like to stack it up on 2 layers above that, and it holds just about 1/3 of a cord. That bucket I think is 7.5 feet wide, and I think it's 36 inches deep, to give you an idea. I put this in here because these start to spread out after time when you build them on pallets as the pallets rot. But I like these wood boxes better because they're forgiving in size. I pull the fronts out a little bit further, then I put another row in the center, which creates a chimney effect, and I think it makes it dry faster than, I don't think air blows through all that much. This holds the sides together. I'm trying these out. I don't know how I like it. This one here has got, I don't know if you can see it in there, it's got a chain in there. I had a bunch of chain and put it in there. I did cover some of them with plastic, and I just ran, it's just old plastic is laying around. It's greenhouse plastic. It's pretty tough stuff, and it comes with staples. Yeah, I don't know where I'm going to put that, in a tire probably. And I just ran 3 boards in it. The ones over there, I finally started putting wobble wire in, and that was new plastic over there, but that's single. This is double because there are a lot of holes in this, but that'll keep most of the water out. If it gets through this first level, it'll get down to the second level, and it'll be fine. So I'm just playing around here. Thought I'd bring you by. Oh, I know what I was saying. They ought to make the wood chippers or the wood splitters in different categories. Maybe the hairy homeowner box wedge that you buy at the store, which when I built this thing there was none. And then maybe the homemade category, then the single and 4-way split, and then the multi-split wedges might be nice. Murphy stopped by the other day, and I ended up having to put this switch on there. I wasn't photographing, but this thing kept cutting out, so I put that on there. You guys know I've had a problem with this switch. Well, after I put this one in, this one died, and I don't have one to replace that. So I am going to get down in there and hopefully just bump those 2 screws together and start it that way, is my plan. But plans change, and I'm just going to sit. I'm tired. I've been working on stuff all day and just kind of finishing off my day with doing a little wood splitting since the sun's got down over the hill. You know, splitting wood and sun going over the hill. I'll put you here. I don't know where the best place is. Then you can see the splitting going on. Whoops, sorry about that. I got to put my apron on. The reason I put my apron on is because I use my belly to hold the wood against there. And use my belly, I mean, take advantage of a big belly is a good plan. I mean, I didn't build this working piece for nothing. I got to use it. So I don't think you'll be able to see me put that screwdriver in there. Of course, I don't know what I did with it already. Did I put it in my pocket? Okay, guys, what did I do with it? There it is. Let's see if we can't get this going. Put that on, turn the switch on, the lights come on, and let's go. Let's not go. Almost. Oh, the choke's out. That always starts. What's going on here? Maybe it doesn't want to be choked. Oh, I don't have the eye line. All right, let's see if we can. Well, it didn't pop and crack. I hope you're still there. It didn't pop and crack like it was doing. That's probably enough playing with wood. I mean, I got 3 more pieces in there. What's nice about the table is the big ones, when they fall in half, my belly's holding half of it in, and it's high on the ledge. I'm not really holding it. I'm just, the backwood there is just a little bit too close right now. I got to move it. I just haven't. And you can kind of see how I stack it in here. This will hold a half a cord when it's done. The rope is really not, or the strap is really not getting in the way. And like I said, I stacked these up in the back here. Now the next row, well, this one here is a little high. Something in there goofy. But that's where I put the goofy wood that doesn't want to stack right sometimes, or do whatever. That's now I'm not making toothpicks and matches or pool cue sticks. And so I'm making some serious boiler wood. I'm not sure whether this red or white oak. I kind of think it might be in the black oak family. It might be. I'm not sure what it is. And it had been dead, and it's checked in a little bit, so it's not the weight that it normally is. Normally it's a little darker red inside, and you can see it. Some of it's a little dark red, but it's been drying out pretty good. It was cut a year ago and just laying in the woods next to her house. And we'll stack it up and around and then put some plastic on it and get a couple of these are just stickers and put them in there, and that'll keep it dry. This probably won't get used. I'm guessing 2, maybe 3 years. If I got in a pinch, I'd use it next week. The only difference between burning green wood and wet wood is you're going to get a lot more efficient out of dry wood. But I can turn all of it. All wood will burn. You just got to give it more oxygen. Steel, which you don't think that burns, if you add oxygen to it and heat, it burns. So don't kid yourself that green wood won't burn. But I do not like and do not promote burning green wood, because you got a choice of heating your wood, heating the water in your boiler, or heating the water in your wood, because water doesn't burn. It turns to steam and goes up the stack, and it takes a lot of BTUs. It takes, I don't know, about 1,000 BTUs per, I think, pound of wood, and no, I think it takes 1,000 BTUs per pound of water. And a gallon of water in the wood, I think, holds about a little over 8, or a gallon of water is about 8.5 pounds. I don't know. You guys can look those figures up and make them pretty close. Anyhow, I got to jump start my wood splitter again. I got to find what I did with that little thing, and I got to see if I can order a switch. I looked in there just then when I did it. It has that thing has got a big hex screw that must be, I'm guessing, an inch behind that switch. I thought it was just one of those switches that pushes in. That other motor that I got, that I paid down on $10 for, that I've been stealing parts off already, that's got a key switch in it as opposed to that switch in there. So that didn't work. Another thing that's nice about these wooden boxes over the totes, now that I'm thinking about it, if you made it this far, is it's forgiving in size. So when I get into these, okay, that are 4 inches longer than those, I'll probably put them in here. You can just get them in. You just fit more stuff in there, and if they hang out a little bit, they hang out a little bit. That's not a problem. So anyhow, I'm glad you're here. Thanks for stopping by and sticking around. I hope you made it this far. A lot of you do, a lot of you don't, and it's just, hey, that's the way it is. So I'm going to get these out and finish those 3 up, and that's what I'm going to do. So hit the little bell icon if you want to come back and see some more of this stuff. That's if Larry and Robin are here, there's your other watermelon. There's your other watermelon. That's an inside joke. I don't know if too many of you guys know about that. Anyhow, we'll see ya. That's it for tonight. The show is over. Toodles, as Larry would say. Bye-bye now. This button.